Hey, what's up, 8th grade? Mr. Catlin here working with you on lesson 21 in Unit 5 to help you out with your homework. And we're looking at spheres for lesson 21. I've got 4 different spheres here, A, B, C, and D, with different radius, diameter, volume, and stuff happening. And so some of this information is given, and we got to order them from from the smallest to the largest in volume. We can sketch a sphere to help you visualize if you need to. Uh, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the sphere formula for each. So we'll do A over here, and the formula is pi times 4/3 times the radius cubed, and it gives us the radius. So hey, nice. This one would be 4/3 times pi times 4 to the third power. Something I can type in my calculator and get. Let's do B setup. So B just straight up tells us the diameter. So we can't plug in 6 into our formula. We'd have to cut the diameter in half because the diameter is twice as long as the radius on a circle. So we would have to plug into our formula here instead of a 6 for the diameter, we'd plug in a 3 for its radius because that's what we need. So that's what we would do for Z. And then for our B, sorry. And then for C, it tells us what the volume is. So they've already kind of worked that one out, 64 pi. And then for D, let's do this one in poop brown, has a radius double that of sphere B. Okay, so if sphere B radius was doubled, that would be 6. So D would be 4/3 times pi times 6 to the third power. Okay, so if we work these things out, we've got to do 4/3 times 4 to the third, and we have to do 4/3 times 3 to the third, and we have to do 4/3 times 6 to the thirds. So that's where our handy dandy calculator can help out. So let's clear this thing out. Let's type in the setup. We know we're always going to have to multiply by 4/3, and we're always going to have to multiply by some number that's getting raised to a 3 power. So what's the first number that we have to type in? Let's look at it. We got to put in the 4 in the base there. So let's go back and knock that out. If we put a 4 in the base of this, then we get 85 and a third. All right, I'm going to write that as 85.3 repeating pi back over here. So let me get that. 84.3 repeating pi. And then let's do the next one. We got to put a 3 in there. So let's put a 3 in that base. That one is 36 pi. Okay, 36 pi. And then, of course, this one is 64 pi, which we already know. And then we got to throw a 6 in there, which is probably going to be one of the larger ones for sure. So let's put a 6 in there, and that's 288 pi. Holy guacamole. So 288 pi for that one. So it says that we need to order them from least to greatest. And you may sketch it to help you if you prefer, but we're just going to order them from least to greatest. So the smallest one in our order would be, out of the ones that we have to look at here, it doesn't look like 36 is going to be the biggest. It is the smallest. So our first in our order would be B. And then, now that that one's out of the way, the next smallest is 64, which is C. And then the next smallest would be A. And then the largest is clearly D with that huge 6 radius for its sphere. All right, so that knocks out lesson 21 cool down. But down at the bottom, I've given you some more shapes to work on. Okay, another sphere, another cylinder, another cone. I want you to find their volume in terms of pi and in terms of 3.14, including your units, inches, inches, inches. These are all in inches, so they should all be in inches cubed. And then I want you to compare them. I am not going to do these problems on the video. All right, I want you to do them yourself. You have had plenty of practice this week on this. I will grade these as part of your homework, but I am not going to show you how to do them because we have done spheres, we have done cylinders, we have done cones. We have found the volumes of them. I tell you what I will do for you. I will tell you what the formulas are. A cylinder is pi times radius squared times height. A cone, its volume formula is a third of that exact same thing because it takes 3 of them to fill up the cylinder. And then the sphere, which, wow, I drew that really crappy. I apologize for my bad sphere drawing. There, that's a little bit better. It just looks like an awful sphere drawing. I apologize. And then it is 4/3 times pi times radius to the third power. Now, if I grade your homework and you do them yourself and copy down these formulas, I'm going to know that you are clearly cheating on your homework and you're not doing the problems because I expect 4 different answers here, how they relate to each other and what their actual values are. Okay, so don't copy this down. This is me telling you what to do. Maybe you're watching the video or you're copying it. We'll find out whenever I grade these on Friday. See you guys. Bye.